Well, the president's signature on a new farm bill and coming to consensus on a revised NAFTA agreement certainly were two positives for the dairy industry. But dairy leaders say there's still more work to be done in 2019 for our dairy industry to really grow.
Priority list was very simple. We wanted risk tools for all size farms, which we got in the farm bill. We also wanted to see within the SNAP program dairy being promoted and using dairy as a nutritional value to schools and throughout people who are of need of assistance.
And although the Dairy Business Innovation Initiative made very few headlines, Trotter feels this does provide real potential for the industry.
That is a major benefit to people looking for new uses for dairy. How do we really innovate to find new products that will be consumer friendly and what consumers want in the future? And also, export assistance programs, because at the end of the day, that's the biggest priority we have as an association.
Another key from his organization's perspective is to get Congress to approve the revised NAFTA pact. With Democrats now controlling the House, some doubts have been raised.
And I do think, though, that at the end of the day, I think it's going to be hard not to support it. Again, it's just another way of supporting agriculture, one of your biggest units in the nation for building jobs and exports. So I think that is highest priority we have because that sustains dairy for many years in the future to be a global provider of nutrition throughout the world.
And looking ahead to 2019, the biggest priority for dairy is still passing a farm labor reform bill.
I don't care what farm you go on. I don't care what business you go on in Northeast Wisconsin. Everybody's concerned about who's going to do the work. And that has and must be addressed now. And I'm hoping through a bipartisan approach, hopefully we'll get that accomplished. We're not giving up on labor.
Well, in these tough economic times, producers are being reminded that every penny and every pound counts. So to improve your milk check, dairymen are being told to check and then double check those feed costs.
Dry matter intake really determines milk production, in some case growth. Another one is going to be looking at feed additives, something you always have to pay for, but yet you have to write a check for them, but yet the payback usually is anywhere from 3 to 6 to 1. Certainly transition cows and animal health, another really key factor that comes into play. And then we got some economic measurements. For our dairy cows, we're looking at what does it cost to put a pound of dry matter in front of the cow. 9 or 10 cents would be a very good Midwest number to take a look at. Second of all, we're looking at income over feed costs. Another useful number. I'd like to have that number probably over $10. But when the price of milk is low where it is now, I can't control that. So right now we need a number probably that's over $8, $8.50. Feed cost per cow per day, under $6 would be a good number. And then feed efficiency, that should be somewhere around 1.5. Every one of those have different measurements. How good your cows are, how much milk production they have, what feed ingredients you're using, and what are your costs of putting them all together.